Modern geologists conducting tests on the barren black rock stumbled upon a massive anomaly, a thick, nutrient-rich layer of organic soil that scientifically should not exist for centuries. When they dug into the island's restricted archives, they uncovered a bizarre security breach from decades ago. A group of locals had smuggled a population of hoofed livestock onto this sterile wasteland and abandoned them to starve. It was a reckless, unauthorized stunt that should have ended in a mass grave. Instead, it triggered an accidental ecological miracle that completely broke the laws of evolution. To understand how insane this situation was, you have to look at the rules of the game. For years, the scientific community treated this newly formed chunk of black rock like a multi-million-dollar sterile laboratory. The protocols were ridiculously strict. Every single researcher who stepped off the boat had to scrub their boots, undergo intense decontamination, and swear under oath they weren't carrying a single organic molecule, seed, or stray insect. The goal was pure, unadulterated science to watch life colonize, a completely blank slate from absolute zero, without a single fingerprint of human interference. Everything was a beautifully controlled, linear experiment, until a group of locals decided they didn't care about the laws of evolution. In a matter of hours, a handful of people pulled off a bizarre security breach. They packed a boat full of domesticated, hoofed livestock, sailed out to the restricted perimeter, and dumped them straight onto the barren wasteland. No permission, no official oversight, just an unauthorized stunt that left a bewildered population of farm animals standing on a freezing floor of solid ash and jagged stone. Then, the locals sailed away, leaving them completely behind. When the news broke, the scientific community didn't just lose their minds, they were absolutely livid. The consensus among the top biologists was immediate and brutal. They declared the entire pristine experiment dead, contaminated beyond repair. But beneath the anger, there was a heavy dose of academic arrogance. The experts checked their textbooks and made a confident, data-backed diagnosis. There is zero grass, zero water, and zero shelter on a fresh volcanic rock. They calculated the stakes and predicted the entire population would starve to death within less than 7 days. It was supposed to be a swift lesson in natural selection, after which the island would return to normal. And science could pretend this little disruption never happened. But the experts forgot one thing. The laws of biology don't care about the rules of a laboratory, except they didn't die. In fact, weeks turned into months, and months turned into a brutal winter that should have wiped them off the map. But instead of starving, these animals adapted with a terrifying level of grit. When the storms hit, they locked themselves inside deep volcanic crevices. When they needed water, they didn't look for streams because there weren't any. They literally licked morning dew right off the jagged rocks. But hiding and drinking dew only keeps you alive for so long. You still need to eat. And this is where the grand illusion of the island's isolation completely shattered, revealing a massive biological variable that the scientists had completely left out of their equations. The island wasn't actually empty. It was a major nesting hub for thousands of migratory seabirds. These birds were flying thousands of miles across the open ocean, catching fish from the deep sea, and bringing those marine nutrients right back to the island to feed their chicks. In doing so, and they were covering the barren stone in guano, a super fertilizer packed with massive amounts of nitrogen and phosphorus, and that is when the abandoned livestock did something brilliant. They became an organic portal for ocean energy. They began consuming the tiny, microscopic pioneer plants that were barely managing to grow in the cracks of the stone. But they weren't just eating. They were digesting that concentrated bird-delivered nitrogen and pumping it back out as dense, localized organic manure. Think of them like moving bioreactors. They were taking scattered, raw ingredients from the ocean and stomping them directly into the volcanic gravel. This created a high-velocity feedback loop where they walked and pooped. A turbocharged injection of nutrients hit the ground, completely bypassing the slow, step-by-step progress of normal evolution. The primitive mosses didn't just crawl, they exploded into chaotic patches of dense, mixed grasslands. The island was no longer a sterile lab. It was a high-speed ecological engine, driven by a connection no one saw coming. This explosion of green grass quickly triggered a massive domino effect. Insects that fed on the brand new vegetation began arriving in unprecedented numbers. Spiders followed right behind to hunt those insects, establishing a predatory food chain out of absolute nothingness. The linear evolution timeline the scientists had spent a decade mapping out was permanently broken. Under normal conditions, weathering raw volcanic rock to build the sustainable layer of soil takes nature a grueling 100 years. This accidental system condensed that entire century of geological labor into just 10 years. But this rapid transformation sparked a massive philosophical war in the scientific community, dividing academia into two furious camps. On one side were the purists. To them, the island's value as a pristine, uncontaminated laboratory was completely dead. They wanted a total biological purge, demanding that every single head of livestock be shot and removed to return the island to its zero human state. But on the other side, the realists looked at the exact same data and came to a completely different conclusion. They argued that launching a government-sanctioned hunting expedition would be just as much artificial interference as the initial security breach. The island had ceased being a sterile museum piece. It had transformed into a dynamic masterclass in invasive species dynamics. They were no longer looking at a ruined lab experiment, but a rare front-row seat to how biological agents actively reshape geological time. Ultimately, the academic debate solved itself. Nature doesn't wait for committee meetings or research funding. As the years rolled on, the introduced livestock faced the hard, unyielding ceiling of island population dynamics. Without human interference to feed or shelter them, their numbers peaked, crashed, and gradually stabilized at a critical limit before dwindling away entirely. The island's raw energy could only sustain so much life, and the herd quietly vanished into history. No guns required. Biological math simply ran its course. But if you think their disappearance allowed the island to reset to its pure, original timeline, you are completely missing the bigger picture. Because here is the final, jaw-dropping twist. This island isn't permanent either. Without ongoing volcanic activity to pump new material from the Earth's mantle, the island is actively losing a war against the open ocean. Geologists estimating its lifespan have delivered a bleak diagnosis. Powerful wave actions and aggressive winter storms are grinding the land down by meters every year, predicting it will shrink to a tiny, unrecognizable fragment or sink completely beneath the waves within less than 3 centuries. So, in the grand scheme of geological time, the entire contamination scandal was just a brief, chaotic heartbeat. The herd was temporary, the lush grasslands were temporary, even the island itself was temporary, but the radical lesson it left behind is permanently burned into modern science. It proved that life is not a fragile, sterile laboratory experiment that needs to be protected under a glass dome. Life is a violent, beautiful, and chaotic system that will actively reshape solid stone, using nothing but raw survival instinct and biological waste. The universe throws curveballs, and sometimes those curveballs create miracles where life was never supposed to exist.